What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, and if you guys are new, make sure to go down and smash that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so you guys don't miss when I drop a new video. Today we're doing a review on the newly released Babyliss FX3 trimmer and the Andis GTX-EVO. So let's get into the video to see which one of the trimmers is the best buy for you and which one is the best in my opinion. Let's jump right into the design of the trimmer, starting with the new Andis GTX trimmer. As you guys can see, Andis stayed true to their original body style, but added the new skeleton 360-degree exposed blade. I think they did an awesome job with this design, especially with the gold blade and making the trimmer all black. But to be honest, they're late to the skeleton party. I think Andis needs to dig deeper on the next trimmer that they create because it's getting a little bit repetitive. Another change they did was move the blue LED from the Andis logo on the previous trimmer to around the power switch on the new one. I think it looks dope on the new one. It gives it more like a techie look. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean, but you know, it did when you turn it on. It looks cool. Andis also made sure to preset the blade closer than ever coming out of the box than they've done in any trimmer, but I still adjusted it to my liking even though it came out pretty sharp. Overall though, I think Andis did a good job with this design, but I want to see something better from them in the near future. Let's move on into the Babyliss FX3. When I first seen this trimmer, the design reminded me of the Andis Slimline Pro with its slim and longer body style. Everything is kind of made on the same style from the switch to the charging port. But let's see if this trimmer is better. First off, I like the all red design with the gold blade to top it off. I know I sound biased right now, but I just said that because red has always been a favorable color of mine. I also like how they did the LED battery indicator in 4 stages, so you can be aware of how much battery you have accurately while working. So as the trimmers are dying, each bar will just fall, letting you know how close it is till it needs charging. One thing that Babyliss did similar to Andis was make their trimmer sharp out the box, but they actually made this too sharp. Out the box, this trimmer was so sharp to the point where if you was to put it on somebody's neck that had a sensitive neck, I think it would literally cut them and make them bleed. That's how sharp it is based on my experience of cutting hair when I first felt these coming out the box. But you know, I set them back to where I want them to be, and once you get those things set right, they hit perfectly. Overall, both designs are dope to me, and both trimmers are very appealing when you get them in hand for the first time fresh out the box. And if you guys are liking this video, make sure you guys go down and smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm so your boy can keep growing. Now let's get back into this video. So let's talk about the specs on these trimmers. They both pack a 7200 RPM motor, while Andis has a rotary motor and the Babyliss has a Ferrari designed brushless motor. I've always been interested into looking into that more because that's different that they have it designed by Ferrari. I wonder if it's like really designed by them, you know? I'm gonna look into that. The battery life on the Andis is advertised at 100 minutes runtime, while on the Babyliss FX3 it has a runtime of over 3 hours. Speaking of battery life, like I mentioned earlier, they both have a blue LED battery indicator, but I like how Babyliss made theirs in 4 stages like I said earlier. It gives you more confidence when you're using them to know how much battery life you have to the exact level. On the Andis, like I said, they preset the blade from the factory sharper than ever, and I can say that they did a good job, especially for people who don't know how to zero gap their clippers. If you order these fresh out the box, I mean, I think you'll get a good enough line. But if you're experienced and you want to set it back a little, set it closer a little bit so you can get it to hit a little bit harder, I suggest you do that. You know, this trimmer is dope and it's not gonna set it too close to the point where it cuts the skin. You just have to be good at adjusting your trimmer blade. Like I said, the blade on the FX3 was preset way too close, so I had to set it back a little bit for my liking. It actually took me a couple days to get the blade to actually hit like I wanted it to without irritating the skin, because whenever I set the blade, whenever I would tighten it, the blade would like scoot up a little bit closer than where I actually had it set at. So I actually had to go in and set it back further and screwed it, and then as I screwed it, the blade kind of slid up to where I wanted it to be at, and now it hits good. On the Babyliss trimmer, they also advertised that they changed the angle of the blade. It sits higher, so when you're lining someone up, the blade actually sits flatter on the forehead as you approach the hairline, resulting in a cleaner cut. Also, if you guys are wondering about the weight and the ergonomics of these trimmers, the Andis is definitely heavier, but it's not dramatically. It's shorter and fits more snug in your hand, not bad to me, unlike the FX3 because it is slimmer and it is lighter. I don't know if you guys have a preference for how trimmers feel in your hand, but they are different, but it's adaptable to me. As long as they're keeping those lines sharp, I can use whatever. Now for one of the most important topics of this video, let's talk about how well do these trimmers actually perform. When it comes to lineups, both of these trimmers produce some nice crispy lines. Sometimes I tend to go back and forth with the trimmers just depending on my client's hair type. But if I had to give it to one trimmer, it would definitely be hands down the FX3. But I find myself using the Andis too, just not as often. When it comes to removing bulk, I feel like both get the job done, but I feel like the FX3 is the better trimmer. I feel like I get through the hair quicker and it removes bulk better with more smoother passes. The Andis isn't far behind, I just feel like it snags a little bit, but nothing really to trip over, it still does a good job. If I were to compare these to the original Babyliss FX, I would say that these aren't as strong. Even though I still pick those up, I wanted to use these more on a day-to-day basis to get a real review, and these have been delivering for me non-stop, and I can say these are dope. You really can't go wrong with either one, but I'm about to tell you guys which one is my choice here in a second. So I've told you guys everything that you need to know about these trimmers, I hope. So now let's get into how much these things will cost you. The Andis GTX-EVO released at a retail of $254.55, and the Babyliss FX3 trimmer released at $160 retail from their official websites. I know you guys are probably saying the same thing. Why are these Andis trimmers so expensive? I mean, I said the same thing, y'all. But to be honest, Andis is one of the biggest clipper companies in the world right now. And just like any other big brand, you're basically paying for the name. I honestly feel like it's overpriced for what they're giving us with this trimmer. But it's still a nice trimmer, but come on, sheesh, $254. But you guys, fortunately, I found a link to them on Amazon for $190 below. If you guys want them, check them out. You get them for $190. But if you go to the official Andis website, they're $254, so you pick your poison. The FX3 on the other hand is retailed at $160, about $40 to $90 cheaper than your Andis, depending on where you bought them from. This trimmer is dope. I think it's the perfect value from what you get out of it. And like you guys heard me say earlier, this trimmer definitely stands out when it's set right. You wouldn't expect this type of performance out of lightweight, slim tool like this. And if you guys want this, I also have a link to Amazon in the description if you guys want to go grab these for $160. But overall, when it comes to the price, it's all up to you and what you're willing to spend on a trimmer and which one you like the most. But from me to you, both of them are great, and I don't think you'll go wrong purchasing either one. Now I know you guys are ready to know which one I think you should buy, which one I think is the best value as far as price and as far as performance. And my choice has to be the Babyliss FX3, man. This lightweight trimmer is powerful. It gives a sharp line once you get those daggers they put on there set right. Also, like I mentioned, I love the way they put a 4-stage LED battery indicator for the 3-hour plus runtime that it has. And to top it off, the red design, I think it was different. For $160, I think this trimmer is the best value. For the people who like the Andis and want to spend a little bit more, I would definitely say you won't be disappointed if you buy the Andis. But if you guys can get both, I definitely think you will have fun with both of them on your station. Well, you guys, that's the review. I hope you guys liked the video. And if you guys did, make sure you guys go down and leave a thumbs up for your boy, for the YouTube algorithm, so your boy can keep growing and reaching new people. And I hope I helped some people make their decision on which trimmer that they wanted to buy if they're not going to get both. I don't think you can go wrong with either one. And if you guys are not subscribed to my channel and you're new, make sure you go down and smash that subscribe button. Turn that notification bell on so you don't miss out when I drop any new videos. And also, you guys can follow me on Instagram at JoshXBarber, like you guys see on the top of the video, and on TikTok at the same, at JoshXBarber. Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope to see you on the next. It's your boy Josh, and I'm out.